easy lights. If you want to find the $8.99 product, you're gonna find it. I don't have to be like, here's the cheapest product for all you cheap people. I don't have to do that. Sell and drop, I talk about this. I don't talk about this. You want to find the $19 earring? You're going to find it. I don't have to put like flashing lights at it. You're like, here is the cheap token buy. I'm going to talk about the regimen. Okay, so here's what I love about it. It all works together. So it's really 4 steps, and it's super easy. Number 1 is you're going to cleanse the skin, and you cleanse it. And again, you guys are listening to me. You're like, she knows not nearly as much as we do. That's why I'm doing it, because I want you to think that way. I want you to actually be naive about this. It'll be better. So cleanse the skin is first, and what I love about it is you get to customize. So everybody gets the regimen, comes in this super cute box. Make sure, as I said, make sure life's super easy with the numbers on the back. You basically get to pick. Rebalance for like oilier or acne-prone skin, and Luminous for drier or ready skin. And I think that's right. Am I right? Good. Okay. So you can pick which one you want, and if I didn't know that, we can actually look in the book and help customize it. But I've got this handy little chart here that'll help us know too. The Rebalance, the Luminous cleanser is kind of a super cool product. If no one's ever used a balm cleanser before, what I love about this, even though I'm oily, so I use Rebalance, I have this for removing my eye makeup, and I love it. And total cheat, totally vulnerable, and I have very dry feet. So weirdly, I've been using this on like the cuticles of my toes, and it's worked better than my lady that does my pedicures is like, what are you using on your feet? I'm like, facial cleanser. She's like, well, you should keep doing that. By the way, I said that at my, everyone's like, oh. I think Mary Claire said, or somebody, Tina said yesterday, people like multiple reasons, right? So you get to pick the one with this nice hat. Second one is the reveal, right? Let me look at the number 2, yes. So now you want to exfoliate, and I love these reveal packs. To me, these are the hero product. You could get them by themselves, but why would you? Because they work best when you use them in concert. That's called a sales seed. Okay? So you could get this by itself if you just need exfoliation. I can't exfoliate enough. I'm like, nope, you could like bottle my oil and sell it. It's like oil. But so this is my key product, but it only works best when it's used in concert with all things. Okay? So these guys are great. If you have more sensitive skin, you're probably using it a couple times a week. If you have oily skin like me, I use these twice a day. Okay, so there you go. I know, I'm your dream customer. Second thing is, your third step then, remember, because I'm just looking at the numbers, is the serum. And this is full of, because I know from the label, quattropeptides. I don't know what that means, but what I know is this. It actually, because you've taken these steps, your skin is now ready to absorb the vitamins and the nutrients that are in this. And this is like the anti-aging thing. So you do this morning and night, and then finally you moisturize. And if it's daytime, you use one with sunscreen. If it's evening, you use the Hydro Lift, which is a more moisturizing product. Again, you get to customize this based on your skin color. So, and I love this because I don't wear makeup. I'm like a lot of makeup or no makeup because I'm either traveling or I work from home. And when I work from home, I just wear this. And what I love about this is if I need to run out or something, I don't feel quite so like naked with the makeup, but it's not heavy, and I just feel like I'm wearing moisturizer. Then, of course, those work great, but the other thing you're going to want to do is add a couple of enhancers. This is the no-brainer. Do you have dark under eye circles or puffiness? You want to add that one. Lips aging. If you've ever been a smoker or you just start getting those fine little lines. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, but what the heck? You notice I'm smooth. I have 4 of these, one in my desk, one in my purse, and a couple around my house, and I never can be far enough away from one of those or close enough to one of those. Lightning hand cream, the overnight oil, this is the other miracle product. This contains retinol, that I do know, because if you're pregnant you shouldn't use this, but everybody else, this is like the overnight facial. I don't have time to go get facials. I used to try to do it once a quarter. I gave it up a long time ago. This is now that, and you get to save 2 hours of your life. And then this is the weirdest product ever, and I now love it. I feel very slippery when I put it on, and then within 5 seconds, I'm like sexy and glowing, and I literally have to put this on your legs to get it. So put it on your legs today and we'll try it. So let's try it. You want to do it on your hand? You want to go to the bathroom? Let's try it right now. You've got to go through all 4 steps. Let's do it, and then I'll help you do yours. That's my group of love. And literally people were like, okay.
4 minutes.
And I actually do talk that fast because I don't want it to be long. The reason people have booked socials with me for 20 years, they tell me every time, is because it was at 7 and you were gone by 9:30, and I can still watch Survivor. I'm not here for the night, folks. If I'm doing several of these a week, I mean, I for many years did 4 a week, every night, with 2 kids at home. I wanted to get home. My babysitter is charged by the hour, right? So I am not there for 3 hours. Now let's go try it. Let me change my slide. Okay, any comments or questions, by the way?
That was awesome.
That was so great, Danielle.
more than I do. But here's what I know. I will sell just as much and probably sponsor more with that than it being overly complex and long and complicated. Because people are busy. Nobody wants that. Quite frankly, if I had to come and listen to an hour talk on it, and I am as passionate about it ever as anybody, I would go to Sephora. Because I don't have that kind of time. Right? So, by the way, if you want to share something really fun, we've come up with these little tips. And I did share this at mine too as kind of like an icebreaker when people were like mixing and mingling, and I wanted to be like, hey, you guys here's some tips about skin. Right? 5 rules for every age, blueberries, acai, all that stuff. We all know. Sun damage. Water, to me, is the biggest one. Little tip that I've learned, I chug a bottle of water when I first wake up before I exercise or anything. And I feel like that keeps me more hydrated throughout the day. You know what I noticed? I chug a bottle of water at like 5:30 in the morning, and I don't pee for a long time. So clearly I needed it. Right? So water first thing in the morning, water throughout the day. You know, good for you ingredients, obviously, is the golden standard of skincare these days, and then routine skincare. These are the 5 things that we all want to follow, and then at these different ages, right? So that's kind of fun. We have a little PDF now available for you. We've given you a lot of new tools in the last week, and they're all being, I'm introducing you all to them today, but I see you're all like, oh my God, where am I supposed to learn that? It's going to be a PDF, and I think it has a picture of a blueberry. Okay, so there you go. That's what I just did. Okay, this is what I just did. I'm sorry I didn't have the. So I walked through the steps just that simply, that easy. And by the way, I planted these seeds, right? And you heard me do them, but I'll let you take a picture of it in case you want it. Okay. Seeds are key. Notice I am never offering not to buy the regimen. The only time I even talk about it not being a regimen is to like point out one item. For me, it's the peel pads, because obviously I use 2 a day, I go through them a lot, and these are the hero product to me. So I'll talk about, you know, these are great, but, you know, obviously they work best in concert. So I would suggest that you do that. Just don't talk about individuals. It's a set, right? It's like you wouldn't go and buy, my mom's so cute. She was like, you know, Danielle, she was one of my guests, you would not go and buy one place thing of China. Like, you really are an English lady. You're right, she's right, you wouldn't. You wouldn't just buy the dinner plates. Not that the dinner plate wouldn't function perfectly well, but you want the place setting. And you want multiple place settings, right? She was like, of course that's what you talk about. It's coming from a Mary Kay director, right? So she gets it. Okay. By the way, one seed I didn't plant, you know, when you do the regimen, which I know you're all going to want to get, you want to take a before picture, because we have what we call the hashtag Ever Challenge. And if you're into social media, it's so fun, search that out, hashtag Ever Challenge, and it's their 30-day challenge, and you'll see people's before and afters. So I can tell you, my neighbor, who was the one that started that picture, she's 50 years old, full-fledged Italian, lovely woman, brings me cannolis at least once every month. Love her, her name's Delia. She has washed her face for 50 years with Dove. I said, if you tell me you buy like the case at Costco, I'm gonna die. She's like, seriously? She looks fantastic. Never tried skincare in her life. I don't know how she looks. She doesn't even have a wrinkle. It's like Italian skin. It's like, that's genetics. And I talked about the regimen. I thought to myself, I bet she doesn't buy it all. In my mind, I was prejudging because I knew that she's a very low maintenance kind of person. I bet she doesn't buy it all. Regimen, eye cream, and I think she also got the luminant, or the light beam. Didn't even bat an eye. Because I talked about the whole thing. She was like, she's like, if I have questions, can I come over? I'm like, well, you can just yell, because you live right there. Yes, I will help you. I was like, remember, the number's on the back. She's like, okay. She cannot wait to try it. So don't prejudge what people are going to say. So take your, and I said to her, please take your before picture, because I think we'll see dramatic results with her, someone who's never done that. Okay, cool. Last seed that I like to plant. Who here's checked their labels and done a clean sweep to get rid of all those 5 to 15 toxic products we're all using every day?